Hello. How much can you realistically make swing trading? We are just going to take an example of today, October 14, 2024, and during this, and today, we are just able to sell stocks. So we are going to see how much we made selling those stocks. So we are going to start with ORLY. It will be good to just go straight to the weekly profit, and we can go to the 14, and is showing us that, let's see here, so I can lower a few of them. And it shown that we made $320.84 today trading, but you can see that on the 11th, which was Friday, we made 263. So if we go down, we will be able to see those stocks that we purchased. So we sold AZO, we made $33 profit on that. We sold KC, we made $30 on that. We sold FICO, we made $121 on that. Properly round would be 122. And we saw MA, it's like MasterCard, we made $31 on that. We sold NVDA, we made $40 on that. We sold ORLY, we made $30 on that. And I think that is pretty much what was sold today. Now we sold TMUS, and we made $33 on that. So the total to $320. So if I try to hide what is here, you can see that there are some days that I didn't make anything, and some days I made around $100 and some around $200. The goal was to make $300 a week, and we are able to reach that goal some weeks and not so much some other weeks. And that is the daily profit. So to go to the weekly profit, we will first go back to our daily entries, and we'll compare ORLY. If we go to the O, that's not good. So we purchased it on the 11th, and we sold it on the 14th for $30 profits, or 1.27%. And that 1.27% is just taking how much we sold it minus the fee, or it's just taking the profit divided by how much we pay for it. Just taking the profits divided by how much we pay for it without too much into a simple calculation, so that return is now the annual rate, because we didn't annualize it. It's pretty much is 1.27% for 3 days. If we maybe 4, I'm not sure, we bought it on the 11th, we sold it on the 14th, so 3 days. And 11 was a Friday, and we sold it on Monday. The market is now open on Saturday or Sunday, I mean, for regular buyer and seller. So technically it's just Friday, and Friday around noon we bought it, and Monday around noon we sold it for 1.14% return on $2,000, 2013. So if we take TMUS, we bought it on the 11th, we sold it on the 14th for $33 profit, or 1.29% for 3 days rate of return. Do you know how you can annualize that? Because like at the end of the year, I don't know how we will calculate the annual return. To me it seems like adding those return will be the way to go, but I don't think it will be quite right, as some of those are for a certain number of days and few of them for certain number of months. So to try to annualize that, I'm sure there will be a formula to annualize for each one of them or so, and calculate the average out of that. But if you have an idea on that, you can share that with me as well. But those rates are not annualized rates, and as a swing trader, a lot of time your money will be in cash in your account as you are buying and selling. It's not going to trap in stocks most of the time. And if you do not sell stock at a loss, some of your stocks that you purchased and they went down will remain in your account until they are profitable for you to sell it. The one that pay dividend will pay you dividend in the meantime. That's the only time, most of the time, that you'll have your cash in stocks, unless you are swing trading but you are aiming for to maybe position trading, where you are riding a longer time frame, a longer time frame instead of just short-term swing. So the next one is NVDA. So we'll go to the N. And last time we bought it was June 18, and we sold it on the 14th, 4 months later or close to it, for $40 profits, or 1.97%. So 1.97% for 4 months return on about $2,000. Cost $2,038 or $39. So the next one is FICO, and that is in essence that you purchase the stocks, and then it went down, and you just hold on to it until it become profitable. And it could take months, and in that NVDA case it was 4 months. And I just don't sell them at a loss, I just hold on to them. So therefore I'm cautious about stocks that I'm picking to swing trade, because if I purchase them and then they go down, I just leave them in the account. Therefore I want them to be uptrending stocks, so that I know that you know they are not going to bankrupt or anything like that. You know, they might take time to come back, but they will come back. So the next one is going to be FICO. And FICO was purchased on the 11th, and we sold it on the 14th for $121.95, and we purchased 2 shares of those for, that's 3.05%. So let's take a look at FICO. So it can happen, even though those stocks are large stocks and uptrending stocks. It can happen that they will make big jump. Usually they make small jumps, like they do not jump quite a bit, if that makes sense. So they go up a little by little, but there could be sometimes that you'll have those jump that could make your profit higher than usual. So in this instance, we purchased it on the 11th, which was a Friday, and we sold it on Monday, and we made $100 profit on that. And those can happen. And you can see that we purchased it on the 30th of September, and we sold it on the 7th of October. It took us few days to hold on to it, because it went down, went up a little bit, but not enough, but went down again, and then went up, and we sold it. But then we sold it, and it continued go up twice before it pulled back. When it started going up again, we bought it, and for this one we sold it. It could continue going up. Our goal is not to make the maximum profit, but just to make some profit. So we set some targets. We set about $2,000 to trade, and we set $25 profit per trade. So our goal is, sometimes it's good to set those goals so that it can help you, it can guide you, so that you don't stray away too much for them, because over time you might lose track of that. So, and we set some parameters to work with. So $25 profit, we sell it, or sell it after 3 solid green bars. So if it does not reach $25, but we have 3 solid days that it was green bar, meaning the price went up, like when it opened, the bar is at the bottom, and when it closes at the end of the day, the price it closed at was higher than the price it opened. So that bar will be green. At least on our chart, we kept those green. So the day it opened but closed at a price that is lower than the price it opened that day, the bar will be red on our chart. So that is the day we will say it pulled back. It opened at the higher price and closed at the lower price. On the green days, it opened at the lower price and closed at a higher price. So when we have 3 consecutive days that the price was green, even if it does not reach our $25 profit, we give ourselves permission to just sell it and lock in that small profit, because it could continue to go up or it could pull back before going up again. And you can see here that multiple days we have multiple greens, but there is no way for us to know it's going to happen. So you can look at the stocks you are trying to trade to see what is more common for it. And if it's common that every one day it pulls back, you may not set 3 days before you sell it. So if it's common that it can go multiple days before it pull back, you have to take all that into consideration. For this case, for instance, here there's 2 days and then it pull back. Here it was 1 day and then it pull back. 1 day and then it pull back 2 days before it went up again and then pull back. So there is those instances, but then is following a swing. So that is that too. So and I like to trade it on the 1 year daily chart so that I can analyze it. I can see it a little bit from far to see the trend. And in another video we'll analyze the chart for the next day. So, but yeah, and in this instance that we say 3 solid green day to sell it, or and then we say to use 1 daily chart for analysis and 3-month daily chart for trading. It's just so that the price bar are a little bit bigger for us to see, but the 1 year allow us to see a little bit from far, and the 3-month allow us to have the bar bigger. That's why I was there before I changed it to 1 year. But yeah, that is the goal we set for ourselves to work with. It is for that reason that, you know, having, like, when I'm about to trade during the day, I'll go to our account and then I will scroll through our account position as portfolio to see the profits that I have there. So anything above $25, I'll flag them, and then I'll enter those stocks in our chart to see when I bought it, what is doing right now, if I want to sell it or not, keeping our rule in mind as well. So you can see that some of them, most of them so far that we analyze, we bought them on the 11, and most of them we made about $30 profit on them, but this one we made over $100 profit. So just telling you that yes, you can have those big profits just like you can have the humble small profit as well, and all of them are profits. We are not trying to be the best swing traders or make the most profits out there to brag about, but just make some profit and lock it in, because if you do not lock it in, it will pull back. It's going to pull back and then going back up and then pull back as well. So since we are trading, we are not investing long term, I prefer to lock in those profits and to be able to remind myself that $25 profit is good enough, $30 profit is good enough. I have those rules there that I will take a look at when I'm asking myself, should I sell or should I leave it? I will take a look at the rule that I say $25 is good enough for me to lock it in for $2,000. But in this instance though, I spent more than $2,000 on it. It's $4,000. But hey, it does not really matter how much I spend on it. I just apply that $25 as a general rule, whether I spend $4,000 or $2,000. But thankfully this one we made over $100 on that. So the next one is MA. So we'll go to M. We bought it on the 11th and we sold it on the 14th as well for a profit of $31 or 1.26%. Again, for 3 days, you can see that for all of those, so far we purchased them on the 11th and sold it for on the 14th. They all have different rate of return. So we'll go to KC. And to be able to calculate, pull those reports, I noticed that manually entering what I purchased and when I sold it allow me to pull report from this manual daily entry more than at least a different type of report than if I was just dumping my download of history into the spreadsheet to pull report from it. You can do that too. I just noticed that there is different type of report that I'll pull from the workbook when I'm doing that than if I manually record keep our swing trading transactions. It takes time, but I just added to my to-do list to do. So KC, we bought it on the 11th and we sold it on the 14th, and we made $30.18 on that, or 1.31% return for 3 days that we have it. Technically, should we say 3 days or just 1 day? Friday was the 11th and we bought it around noon and we sold it on the 14th around noon. Saturday and Sunday the market is closed, so should we say 1 business day, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days? What should we say in that case? And 1.31% for those number of days, what is the annualized rate of return on that? How do you calculate it? Do you have any idea, please? Thank you. So the next one will be AZO. So we bought AZO on the 11th arrow zone. We only bought 1 share, and again, for stocks that are over $2,000, we just buy 1 share of them most of the time. So the exception was FICO. It could be because from the beginning I was buying 2 shares or so, and I don't know, and I just continue, I'm not sure. But technically, that FICO, it was 1 share I should buy since it's already over 2,000. Okay, so we sold this one on the 14th as well. 1 share, $33 profits, or 1.08% on $3,131.61. And that is realistic return on swing trading. So now we are going to go to our weekly profits, and we are going to look at and that is week 42 that we are working on. I think I can just test, I can double check it. Yeah, week 42. And by entering those formula there, when I enter the day that I sold something, it should be to automatically calculate the week for me. So week 42, we made $320.84, and you can see the return by week here. And don't know, I think I can hide, but you will notice that it varies, and some week I may not make anything. It is a possibility. You can see 3 weeks straight that I didn't do anything, I didn't trade, and this one that has a negative here, and I'm not sure why, but that's something I will look into. $3M, okay, and 3M, we purchased 3M multiple times. It was a dividend stocks that we purchased for dividend purposes, and then I sold them when we got profit so that I can swing trade with the money. So, but I'm sure we made some profit on it. But again, it could be taking the date into consideration since we didn't buy them in 2024. And oh, should be doing that. So if we see what is here and what we sold it for, okay, because we purchased multiple times, by the time we sold it as together, we must have a profit, but there some of the dividend got reinvested as well. That's how we set up those to reinvest, to automatically reinvest the dividend, and they could be at a higher price. Yeah, for some reason I'm seeing a negative 978, but I will look more into that because I'm sure I sold it for profit. Therefore, I will need to look into it to make sure my numbers here, the quantity are correct, because as overall I'm thinking I should have a profit there. But yeah, it's worth looking into. we are seeing a negative 900 somewhere. How come it disappeared? Did I cast something here? No, it's still there. It's here, and that is the profit. But yeah, there is something 3M did as well, is they split their this, I think they made a split or so and create, there is another company that branch out of it as well. They gave us some stocks, some share of stocks for that new company out of what we purchased. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a half of our stocks, if I'm recalling it right, was transferred to that new stocks, that new company stocks. I don't even know if it makes sense, but, and I think it's like SOLV or something like that. I'm not even sure, but anyway, there was some new company that they branch out from, and they allocate a portion of our stocks to that, like a half of it. I don't know if that's 3M or AT&T, but those two did something. I think AT&T did that a while before 3M, but again, those things can happen. But I will try to look into it to make sure my numbers are okay on that. But then what is kind of weird is I'm not seeing that 900 negative anymore, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, so yeah, it just gives you an idea realistically. Okay, I think it'll be here. So, and in fact, I can even make it a little bit on the right side so that I can keep an eye on it. But just to give you an idea that you may not make anything around some weeks, you might make very little, or you can reach your target as well. And for us, it's $300 a week. But that is realistically how much we are making. And here my husband sold a stock at a loss, which we usually don't do, but again, there is 3M there with some issue with it. But that is a stocks that I don't like to swing trade, because it just does not meet my other swing trading stocks that are swing trade, and my husband sold it at a loss. So that is there. But other than that, we have so many stocks we purchase that we have in the portfolio, and when they become profitable, I just sell it. Until then, I just leave it in the account, and I do not lock in the loss. Thank you. We thank you very much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. We thank you very much all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in sub.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your basic need. And swing trading is one way to make money. If you are trying to create different streams of income outside of your job, well, if you are making enough that when you can keep your expenses low and save some money to invest, you can start swing trading little by little to get to understand the principle behind it and the strategy that is best suit for your personality, and little by little you improve your strategy, and your money will start to grow a little by little as well. But again, when you are not making enough to cover your need, it can be challenging to have some left after you pay off all your expenses and debts. Can be challenging to have something left to invest. But just keep in mind that you can start trading stocks a little by little, even as little as $100. Even if that's just one stock and you buy one share of it, don't expect much profit from it. If the profit is high enough that it can cover the fee, that's $2 profit, and you pay 1 penny for the fee, and just doing it over and over allows you to improve on the strategy. And you can do that in a Roth IRA to just master the principle, and as you can invest more if you want to do it in a brokerage account, you'll pay tax on it. You'll have all those transactions, those trades to record when you are filing your taxes. Is very a good idea if you can file your own tax, but somebody will file it for you, and you are trading in your brokerage account. It will make your tax return expensive as well, unless you can file it yourself, because it will take time to do those recording. Depending on which strategy you use as well, there is an easy way to report those on your return. If you are trading with a brokerage account, they should be able to give you a report, and report most of those transactions to IRS that you just have to enter the proceed and the profit. But just know that when you are doing it in a brokerage account, you can touch your money when you want it and how much you want it. You can invest how much you want to invest, compared to if you are doing it in a brokerage account. But if you are doing compared to if you are doing it in a Roth IRA. But if you are doing a brokerage account, you'll pay tax on your profits, and you'll have to report those trades on your tax return, on your individual tax return. So that's something to consider as well. But again, that's money there that you don't have to tell the government. You don't have to ask government permission to pull money from your brokerage account. But if you have it in the Roth IRA, they have a regulation how much you can invest a year, and how much and when you should pull money out of your Roth. And if you wanted to do it earlier than that, what type of money you can pull out, like after first 5 years, it will be your principal, but not the profit, and so forth. So there are rules to that. If you are taking money out of your Roth, is a return you are going to file with your individual tax return as well, to prove that you didn't touch the profit in the account. So especially if you are touching your Roth before the government set age to touch it. So money you do not pay tax on is now money that is readily available for you to spend. For that reason, I like to trade at this point in our brokerage account, as I'm trying to create a stream of income beside our paycheck from our job. But just know that when you are trading stocks, there is a risk involved. There is a chance the stocks can bankrupt on you as well. So there is a risk of losing money. Choose the brokerage firm you want to invest with wisely, and choose the stock you want to trade wisely as well. Don't go for easy, quick way of making money. Of course, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. I'm looking for something that is sustainable, that I can do long term, and I'm trying to find a strategy that works for my personality. I can sleep at night without worrying about my investment. Therefore, I'm picking the stocks wisely now with the intention of making quick money very quickly, making a lot of money very quickly, but making consistent income from it. Thank you. I wish you the best with your investment. But again, I'm not a professional trader. I'm just a full-time employee that is trying to make money outside of our job. And I started swing trading in 2024. I'm not new to trading or investing in stock, but swing trading is new to me, and I started in 2024, January 2024, and that is pretty much the return that we are able to make, beside the month that my husband sold something at the negative. You can see the return so far, and if we take this negative out of here, because he knows we don't sell at a loss, but he went ahead and sold that stocks at a loss. If we took this out, it will increase the profit, but again, the account belongs to both of us. So with this negative amount in it, that cut down on the profit that I generated during the year swing trading in the account. But I will take that into consideration to see how much we made this year swing trading. And if we want to compare how much we made swing trading versus the dividend, you can see that for the dividend, let's see here. That is the dividend from dividend stocks, dividend earned from dividend stocks. Even some swing trading stocks pay dividend as well. And if we compare that to how much we made swing trading, you can see the difference. By swing trading, we are more active compared to the dividend, where we invest in the stock and just leave it there passively. The passive return is lower, or we have to invest a lot to be able to grow this income passively, versus working actively somehow to generate more from less. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, Growth of Liberman Consulting L.L.C. YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer